jump on mine really quick. Tell the girls where we at. Hello.
Hello to the people. We is together.
Finally.
Finally.
So we're a little late. Normally we are here like right at 7 o'clock or a little around after 7. But on today's episode, we are starting a little bit later. And we're probably just going to talk through probably a little bit of pop culture, the crazy shit that's been happening as of late, as well as, hello, how are you? She is hopping on the Instagrams. Anyway, talk about a little pop culture, what's happening, craziness in the news, and of course our shows, the ones that we actually watched. Because this weekend, Kandron is vacation, so we're not really doing a whole lot.
Hey, Drew.
But hey. Did you hit the thing to join so we can just see if it'll work, if it's going to echo?
Okay. We'll see.
We'll try. We finna find out. We
We'll
might have to
see.
get a little...
Oh, not shit, girl. No, we're not. Discord, honey. Okay.
I mean, it might be alright if it's just turned down.
Oh, yeah.
Did it come up? Did you see my thing?
I think so.
It's just slow. We finna find... Oh, nope. I thought something was happening. Psych!
There I is. There we go.
I'm like, why is it so delayed? There you go. Hey, girl. Martavis' friend was at my job last week, and he was like, are y'all still doing the lives?
Ooh. No.
That's not gonna work. We probably need...
Well,
we need a,
I don't have any of
therapist.
those, show.
All right, well, hello.
Welcome to the party.
We're going to try to do this anyhoozle just on the main platform that we share together. So,
Yes.
Hi, guys.
Hey, y'all.
It's reality recap, but more like life and pop culture recap. So, with that being said, how y'all feeling about the things that have transpired in the news as of late as it relates to women's rights?
Oh, dear. Don't we have a video coming up about that?
We do, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
Cheers
Is
to
that,
that.
is that this week? What was that sound at the end? It was like clank, ding, ding, ding.
Girl needs his expensive glasses. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
No, you just called me poor.
No such thing.
Well, that's all right.
Of the two of us, I would be the poor one.
Right. It's all right.
But yeah, no, like, at first, honestly, I didn't realize that it had gone through in terms of, like, they have went ahead and made legislation. Because it was like 49 to 51. They had voted on it.
What legislation?
For Roe v. Wade to overturn it.
No.
All right, well, lawyer, tell us.
No, I think what happened is they tried to vote on legislation that would protect the right to abortion, but they couldn't get, to the right number. So there was no legislation. Thank you, Drew. There was no legislation.
Oh, okay. I totally read this wrong.
passed.
Thank you. Shout out to my lawyer friends. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, so there was none yet.
It seems like it is forthcoming, though, unfortunately. And
We're gonna see what the court says. If it's something different, yeah.
Hello, that part.
Yeah.
What
else y'all been watching, monitoring?
Yes, what's going
Talk to us
on?
in the comments.
What's important to you these days?
What else? What else do we got for pop culture or life culture?
Girl, a whole lot of nothing because we was gone this weekend. Full disclosure, that's why we're together.
My mom retired. Well, we had a retirement party for my mom, and it was lovely. So that's why I'm in the area. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. Actually, yesterday, my mother told me about that.
Not great.
Not great at all. And then you have, like, those of us who are in corporate America having to go back into work, and people are going to, I already know, ask, how are you feeling? What do you think about, and I'm like, girl.
Yeah, let's hold on to that. So Drew asked us to talk a little bit about Buffalo. As y'all know, that white child, 18, boy, man at 18, went in there and shot up those people, and apparently had like racial slurs on the gun and all this stuff. Went to a specifically black establishment to kill black people. And so, not good.
Not good at all. And then it makes you feel like, I know for me, like, being on like pins and needles sometimes when you go out and go into grocery stores and things of that nature, because you never know when some person of privilege is going to decide that they don't like your presence.
Yeah.
And want to take you and anyone that looks like you out.
It's just a lot. And again, like Dehjai was saying, with the RHOAs and having to go through that whole cycle again from last summer of the reckoning, alleged reckoning.
Girl. I don't look forward to that. So I need for our major companies and corporations to get it together as it relates to how you care for and or treat your black employees.
Which
because
we talked about briefly on the page.
Yes. So it just always seems to be us. So that's all we're gonna say about that, because we don't want to stay down there long.
Nope. Anything else?
As for the shows, we can get on to some mess.
Let's do it.
There was a debacle at the dinner table for the housewives.
Okay. I watched nothing.
Right.
Just a heads up. I watched absolutely nothing.
And I barely watched, so we're gonna make this work. So hey. But yeah, there was a little bit of a debacle. One of the Caucasian guests of Kenya got up and stormed out and was having a hissy fit because of the language being used at the table.
Oh, I did. I saw that in the preview.
But like Marlo said, girl, you should know what you're gonna get when you are with these girls. Like, what's your problem?
Correct.
But I feel like, honestly, watching that scene last night, I felt like they were actors. Because it was her and then the girl that was allegedly Sheree's friend that brought up the fact that the assistant told Sheree that Drew's husband was gay.
What? Where'd that come from? He's allowed to... Never mind. Yeah. He's allowed to terrible as a straight man.
And he is. Period. Okay.
So,
he tumble dries, as Drew said, everyone. So I mean, maybe. Well, she said tumble dry. So we know what she meant, but that ain't what she said.
That ain't what she said, though. Oh dear.
I don't know. It became a little bit of a verbal tussle between the friend and Miss Drew, because she was upset about somebody talking shit about her husband. I'm like, girl, but your husband be talking shit about you. Like,
and he's terrible. Like, her husband is actually awful. To her, embarrassing her on TV each and every available opportunity. Every single week, multiple times a week. I would not be saying anything in defense of that gentleman at all.
Just let him cook. Because basically, it all is going to come out in the wash.
It is.
So, I don't really remember much else, because I feel like at that point, the housewives was watching me. I was so confused, trying to figure out what the hell was going on. So, we're going to rewatch that.
And I'll catch up so that I have more context for next week's shows.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you ain't missed much. Be slow going in the beginning. So
true.
Whatever.
So what happened? Let's move on to Put a Ring on It. What happened there?
So kind of watching Put a Ring on It, you have the three couples.
Oh dear.
Shorty and Kenneth. I want to say Kendrick. Shay and Rick Ross adjacent. And Otis and Charlena.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ray.
So, hey, boo. So the issues that I have.
What did you watch, Murray?
Girl.
We can chat.
Yes. Get on in here.
Come on in the room.
Why are we like this? Whoop, don't dump the glass, self.
Hey, girl. Oh yeah, so put a ring on it. What did the people do?
Shay, Rick Ross adjacent is basically trying to give the hands-off approach, but not really hands-off. So this week, Rick Ross adjacent had a date, and
they're still dating.
Yeah.
I thought they were done with that phase of this experiment.
No, we ain't got there yet.
Oh dear. Okay.
It's got to be some sort of drama, some sort of blow up before they really wrap it up. So, but yeah. So
they've blown up quite a bit. Yeah, I
guess, but it's not giving what they thought it was going to give. Let's see.
I haven't either, Marie. Dehjai is catching me up on whatever, and we're just
barely, because she did barely watch.
Frankly, we're just up here drinking wine
and talking to the people.
Monday night consistency.
Throw some topics out while you're in there, right? But no. So
anything else you want to talk about? Pop culture? Anything fun you want to talk about, girl? Throw it in there, and we'll get to it.
I think that Rick Ross and Jason is starting to get it. And what I mean by that is that he is realizing how serious Shay is in potentially leaving him. Yeah. And so now he's taking everything seriously.
Well, it's too late because he's been playing in her face
for like 3-4 years.
For literally years, but also on television and literally laughing at her in her face. So, but I mean, she seems like she really wants to be there with him. So I guess it's probably not too late. But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't want to be made to look like a fool. And we have this agreed thing of like, don't embarrass me. The don't embarrass me clause is strong betwixt the two of us.
So important.
But yeah, so she said, I did not watch Love and Marriage DC.
Wait, is Love and Marriage DC out already?
Yeah,
it
came
out.
Oh yeah. Saturday. We should watch that tonight. I'm gonna see if I can get it to work.
I'll be there for that. Even though Monique Samuels is not my favorite. I think I've said that here before. She is not my favorite. I don't enjoy her. She reminds me of someone.
Do tell. Do I know this someone?
You may remember her. But she reminds me of someone, and that's not why I don't like her. It's really not. She just irritates me. I just find her annoying. So, but I'm still going to watch Love and Marriage DC because literally the only way she was going to be the main character is
to be on her
own show because she was never going to outshine the Grand Dame or Giselle,
the monster. Lady calling her.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to RHOP coming back since they gave us that little teaser. But I do agree with something that DJ Richie Sky said a couple of weeks ago. They should have put that teaser more towards the end of RHOA because RHOP comes right after RHOA. So, but you live and you learn. They're gonna figure it out. But yeah, like the show at this point for Put a Ring on It is not. It ain't giving what it's supposed to give. Like I said, the biggest things that I've seen for this week's episode was basically that Rick Ross and Jason is really making an effort now. And at this point, of course, like most niggas, he making an effort when she's really putting her foot out the door and like seeing what else is out there and really being open to this process.
And you said that Ken seemed like he was getting ready to break up with Shorty too. Yeah,
Ken basically at the end of this week's episode, he basically is just kind of like, you know what, fuck it, like I'm done, like I'm not going through all of this with you anymore. Like if you don't want to be here, then don't be here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hallelujah, finally, child, because she been dragging you this whole season.
And sort of disingenuously, as we found out that really her money is pretty new. And it's not even from her career. It's from settlement money. It's not like money that she made. Which is nothing wrong with settlement money.
He said this episode that she just started making money. But she just so happened to also, like we found out last week, got that settlement.
So maybe she like moved into a bigger market or something.
Yeah, that's one thing I can think of. But I'm assuming that she's like midday because they don't really talk too much about her, like in terms of like, you know, radio show or whatever the case may be. So
Yeah.
we'll again see what turns out in the wash. Otis and Charlena, I think they are toxic together and they need to go ahead and let it go.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah, settlement money, boo. She matter of fact, she didn't tell us. Ken put it on Front Street, like, you acting like you know, money warbucks, and you only got money because of a settlement you got, not because you out here making coin. Yeah, he was over her because she be talking, you know, sideways to him, and I don't blame him. I would be over her too.
Truly sideways. The stuff that she says to him is like not acceptable at all. It's very disrespectful. What else did you watch?
So the last thing that I watched,
yes, please,
was Love and Marriage Huntsville, of course.
Oh boy, what are those blacks doing?
It was, they started us at the tussle when
how did the tussle end?
The tussle ended like we knew it would. It wasn't nothing going on, child. Like, they wouldn't let the women get to each other, and you know, like I was saying last week, Stormy was like, "What's up, then? What's up?
What's up, then?
That's what's up.
That's what's up, then."
And I'm like,
that's what's up.
She said this week that she felt like she was being mocked because, yeah, she has an accent. But, like, girl, like, your accent at this point is iconic. Embrace it.
Well, it wasn't really the accent that was getting to me. Hartley Rose. It wasn't the accent that was getting to me so much as the repeating back to each other. I was like, you know,
that's why it was funny to me.
You know what it was giving? It was giving Sheree and Marlo. Remember when they was like in the hallway? It was just like, what is happening
what
here?
Is going on?
And that's what Destiny and what you call it, like,
that's what's up.
Well, that's what's up. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up then. Then that's what's up then. And you're like, okay, bro, where is this going? Who's going
this
to
is not productive.
This? Who's going to end it?
Oh, she asked me, child, look, Ray, I can't see the comments for real, so I gotta depend on Karen. Yeah, no, I got it. I just read it. I was like, what does that say? She don't have her glasses on. Normally I'm a little bit closer to the phone.
What else? Did you watch, is that it?
Well, Candy and the Gang ended.
Yeah.
That was last week.
What about Housewives of Atlanta?
We did Housewives of Atlanta. There was no the other show we watched, Love and what is it? Ready for Love?
Oh yeah, because
they're done. Yeah. So like at this point, it's just all of the people trying to extend their 15 minutes of fame.
Correct.
Because they're all, I know like Clifton and Joy did or have done Good Day GC. You know what? Where is our Joy? Because I need to ask her what the show is called. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, they went on the morning show in DC.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let's talk about MAFS right quick.
Yeah, because I'm like, you know, I don't know. I ain't went back.
All the couples decided to stay together. The 4 couples that were remaining all decided to stay together. The reunion is this week. How many, Ray, how many do you think are actually going to still be together? I think...
I don't even watch the show. 1.
I think Steve and Noy might still be together. But I was rooting for Jasmina and Michael, but they're not going to live together after. And they were already having some distance between the two of them. So...
What you mean they're not going to live together after? What?
Well, because, you know, like, they give them a place to live in during the experiment, so then they have to go and make a life together after the experiment. And they both had...
She said Steve and Noy.
Yeah.
I can see that.
They both had their own places, and they both had roommates. So it's not even like somebody can just move into, so they're going to, like, live out their leases or what, you know, whatever.
Are they in the same... So, okay, so for the people that don't watch the show, are they, like, couples that come together in the same city, kind of like the show on Netflix?
Correct. It's in the same city.
Okay, yeah. So...
But, again, I don't know Boston well, but, you know, you can be in the same city, but not in the same city.
True. I mean, you can do that shit here.
That's what I'm saying. Like
in Miami, same
correct.
thing.
If you're in Miami or if you're in South Florida, larger South Florida, you can be in Miami and be in Coral Gables and be in, I don't know, Little Haiti, and that could feel like a long distance relationship. So God forbid you cross over into Broward, then you definitely in a long distance relationship.
Right.
So I don't think Jasmina and Michael are not going to live together. Or they're going to make it because they're not going to live together.
Damn.
Yes, Katina stayed with Olajuwon. More importantly, Olajuwon stayed with Katina because he was the one acting like she was missing all of these things and she needed to be more or needed to be more domestic in order for them to stay together. And he was just kind of like, well, I mean, I guess it's all right.
Okay, which one is the one that never has dated
Olajuwon?
Okay, I thought so. Okay, I just was trying to catch up. I haven't watched it since I watched like that short bit of episodes. We can talk about it.
Yeah. So basically he was like, oh, I need the meals to at least be edible. And he was like, the last meal was not edible. And I was just like,
well, nigga, cook it yourself.
Correct. Correct. So, you know, if they stay together, I don't think they're going to last long because she seems like she's going to get fed up with it at some point.
I remember she was right.
Remind me what he said, Ray, about Olajuwon.
Ray, you want to get up here with us?
Ooh. Live together. Remind us what he said. Who else? Stephen Noy. Correct. His hands work, and so does Takeout. Does Takeout. Love to hear it. So
free, well, not free, but it's plentiful.
Yeah. Stephen Noy, I think they're gonna try to work it out. Noy at first was saying we can continue to live apart, and I think she's come around now and said that she's gonna move into Steve's place. So
yeah, but why do we think that she did that?
Because he has money.
Thank you. That's it.
She found out that he has money, which we've all known. Ray said I look a mess. I'm down next time for sure. Okay, cool.
Girl, we're not gonna be physically together. You gotta get on here with us now.
What else? Who else was there? Oh, Crazy Karen. What's that lady's name? No, Lindsay. I was just getting ready to call her some random white lady name. Lindsay and
Lorna.
Mock the Shock. So
his name is Mark. What?
He calls himself. His name is Mark. He calls himself Mark the Shark.
Oh, okay.
But it's Boston, so Mock the Shock.
Oh, hold on. Pause. So in like 5 minutes, Basketball Wives comes on.
Oh, yes.
Like the new season.
Oh, yes.
And so, baby, we finna.
Oh, yes.
With all the OGs.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Except for Tammy. I'm sad, but you know, Tammy out here making her coin.
I'm not. I'm good on her. Because you know why? Because the last time she was on Basketball Wives, she was trying to act like high and mighty, like she was better than.
Yeah, because she was trying to collect them checks.
Well, yeah, she was trying to transition out, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, you're still on the show, and come here and give us a little piece of mess. But she was just trying to be like, I'm rising above, and she needed to just get off.
Yes, boo. Basketball Wives literally starts in 4 minutes.
It's back. What else? Oh, we were talking about Married at First Sight. Lindsay and Mark. I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think they're going to be together during the reunion.
Child, well, we all finna find out.
So my money is this week, right? First Lady Shawnee will.
Child, I don't even think she on the show because Brandy is back on the show. Remember how she fired her? Girl. So we don't have no Evelyn. We have all the rejects. The only OG is Jackie. And Malaysia.
I love a Malaysia.
Yeah, she said
she's just pretty. Like honestly, she's just pretty and she gets fashions typically. So I love a Malaysia. She's like a good breather, but she can kind of give you the mess.
Yeah, because remember she threw that table at Jennifer
Williams
she did.
In
Italy.
Oh yes.
I'm like, girl, we're not trying to go to jail overseas.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Malaysia, if you take her there, she can go there. But typically, she's just here to show up and be cute. And I love that part.
Shawnee has love for them past it because her divorce settled was wrong. True. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Let's talk about that. I am very intrigued at the fact that she is with a pastor.
Really?
Yeah. Just considering her social appearance and her life as it looks, it just to me, I don't know that I would see a woman like Shawnee with a pastor. And maybe because I think that like pastors tend to be a little bit restrictive and like, you know, not as open or more, I don't know, maybe my perception is skewed of.
No, I see what
pastors.
you mean. Like, Shawnee doesn't give First Lady vibes.
Not at all. Remember, she was starting a weed and has not starting. She has a weed business.
Yeah.
That was like the last season that I watched.
I forgot about that. Yeah, she doesn't give First Lady vibes.
They was high as hell in Italy. Remember, she was high when that fight was happening. And she was like, what the fuck was going on?
Yeah, she doesn't really give First Lady vibes, but I can see her just being like, I just want something real and simple.
Yeah,
and I don't need necessarily the money, even though some of the mega church pastors be making bank. Like, I don't necessarily need that type of lifestyle anymore. I'm older and I don't need the stress. I can see that too. And her sort of turning over the dispensary businesses to the sons.
The eldest son.
The eldest son who's not playing basketball.
I think he wanted to be a part of the company, but he was also doing like a little bit of modeling and stuff.
Yes.
He looked just like her. He's just brown.
Yeah.
He's cute though.
So.
Looked just like his mother. He's the only one that really looked like her to me.
Yeah.
The rest of them are all like a mix.
Yeah, agreed. So I think that's it. We'll be back next week with Basketball Wives, and we'll be back with all of the mess next week. Yes. And we're looking forward to it.
Yep, I hope you guys join us. Yes. And until next time, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for being here for the little bit of time you were, girl.
Thanks, girl.